Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Shot! Flag 20!
Check! 53! Mike! He can't...
Go! 12! Let's go!
He's not gonna get me! Switch! Switch! Spot!
Merlin! Merlin!
No! No! No!
Goff on first down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard gain. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Hey.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
180!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, D.
DC!
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
To the air again. Goff. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tiger!
Mike 55.
Hey! Wahoo!
Goff throwing again. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is gone. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Again, Goff. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
Let's go.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bravo!
On 2nd down, Akers. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Mike 51! Mike 51! Hey, exit! Mike 51! Mike.
Darnold on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I got him! On me!
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Patriots 3, Jets 0.
59, Mike! Mike is 59! Mike is 59! We ain't giving him nothing today! Deuce!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Mike 59, Mike 59. I got you.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that
really
one.
good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check.
Shell.
Safety's creeping.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his first carry, he loses the football. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Big edge. Check 31.
Hey, kill.
Check 40.
This is Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they try the right side here. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey, I 7.
Check Michael.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And they are going for it. Darnold. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first down carry by Allian. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 9, Goff nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively, nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Okay, dude. Mike, check, 59. You don't want this. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
To throw is Darnold. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
59, Mike is, hey, Delta. 59. Go tackle, let's go, we got this.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. He's got his man. It's Williams. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11.
Let him know.
Young lady.
Let him know.
Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, check it out.
Throwing again is Darnold. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike's 59. Who that?
Sure. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Yeah, ready?
Now it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for it. And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
He's checking. Ready?
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Rip left, rip left. Go, Mike,
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Dorsett's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 18.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check, 59. Check tight.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Hey, Team 6.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Check curls. 53's the mark.
On 1st down, gone. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go, check him off.
17.
Here's gone. It's caught by Aguilar. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hard ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. To sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Parts, and there he goes. And all the way touchdown, New England. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch twitch.
Check 13. Check 13.
Slam.
61. Matchbox lights.
Hey, 80.
Hey, foxtrot.
Check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. Watch the run.
Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Shifts by him, and he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, Haywood.
Check. 59. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their
The Pats at the line, ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Echo.
51, come on. 51, come on. We got it.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and long.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike, check, 59.
Oh, lady. Red lady.
Check.
Hey, Charlie.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And no, it's incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. they've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
From the 45 on second down, Goff. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
50 goes to us. 80.
So we got man. Under crush, under.
Too long.
Check your heart rate.
Smoke.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch it.
They go to Elliott again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
76.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This a long one from 54. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, come on, now, come on, now. Kill.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. They go with the ground game, pick up the 1st, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you, son.
We go, 76, 76. Bravo.
Let's go.
First throw in overtime for goal.
Here we go, dude. Here I come again.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Turbo, set.
From the gun, here's Gone. He's got Evans. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. Goff now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
180.
Squeeze, double.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Number 53.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal. Now the timeout comes here, and the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here, and the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Kick is indeed good, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what